Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name's Cece, and today we're going to do my first update on my one and done project. This is a usage project, and it's literally me picking 10 items in the month that I want to use just once. Just once. So most of these items I've never used, or maybe I've swatched, but I've never actually put them on my face. So the goal is just to break the seal. Just break that seal and get them into my collection. Decide, is this something I want or is it horrible? On a first glance, most of these items I'll probably keep in my collection, but let's see how I did with my very first month. So my very first item last month was this Nude Sticks plush paint. It's a magnetic lip plush paint, and the shade is Bahama Mama. I've had this sitting around for so long, I told you guys, and I am so glad I tried it out because I really enjoy the color, and I thought this was a liquid lip. It is not. It's a thin formula, but it sticks with you. Really enjoyed it, so I'm happy that now I can get some more use out of it now that I know I like it. It does seem like maybe it's leaking a tiny bit of oil, so using that sooner than later is probably a good idea. My next item is probably the jewel of this whole month's worth of products. This is the Noctex Cosmetics Liquid Lip Vial in the shade Requiem. You guys, I freaking love this. Okay, this liquid lip is the longest lasting liquid lip I have ever tried. I'm pretty hard on my lips. I don't know if that makes sense, but I drink stuff all day long. I always have to have a drink or two or three on my desk. I lick my lips a lot. I press them together a lot. This stuff does not come off all day wear, and that is not normal for me. I have never experienced any liquid lipstick that stays like this one does, and it's one of my favorite colors for lips. I love a nice brown neutral lip. So I am so happy that I tried this out. I am going to be using it a lot, trust me. Next up is my last lippy here. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Budapest. Not for me. This is too messy. How do I describe that? So it's not a lipstick. It's not a gloss. I mean, I guess in the scheme of things, it's more of a lipstick, but it just keeps spreading. So there's no like definition. Like even if you used a lip liner, I think this would just always look messy to me, and it felt messy too. Like very thin, but not like wearing off thin, just like it moves around. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I am not going to keep this in my collection because it was so unenjoyable to use it the first time. So this one is going out of here. Next up is my Profusion Halloween 2021 4-shade palette. I love this little guy. So it is mostly a red palette. I used this, I mentioned it in another video. I used this with one of my happy hour palettes that I'm using, purple and red. It was an amazing look. It was very intense for me, but I really enjoyed it. So Profusion I don't always think of as like high quality, but it worked well. So keeping it around. I was going to keep it anyway because it's a little casket and I love Halloween, but definitely keeping it and will likely use it again in the future. Next up is my OMFG Cosmetics number 5 palette. Was not impressed with the quality on this one. Definitely had some wear off of my eyes with the shimmers. It is definitely a dupe for one of the Natasha Denona 5 pans. I'll try it again. Maybe I'll throw this into my Project 3 uses at some point. If I keep it, it will just be for the nostalgia because I did really enjoy this brand and they don't seem to be doing much right now. I do have another one of these 5 pans from them that I like the color story more on though, so I'll have to think about that in the future. Okay, now we have the MAC Powder Kiss eyeshadow, Powder Kiss soft matte eyeshadow in the shade Ripened. It's only one use, but I felt like I wasn't getting a lot of pigment out of this. Like it wasn't really working with me very well. It looks like, you know, there might even be some hard pan in this matte. So I am going to roll this into my Project 3 uses in my next round there where I have room for a potted eyeshadow. And then we'll see if, you know, it was just that day, like whatever was going on with me, or if it is the product. Next up is this Juice Beauty Cream eyeshadow, and this is the shade 10 Cove. I knew it was really light, but there is nothing to this. You can only see where it's shining, right? So when I put it on my lids, it was like I had nothing on. I ended up putting other stuff over it. It's just, you can build it a little and it gets some pigment, but it wasn't doing that on my lids. So this is a no. It looks so pretty on my hand. Dang it. Stop looking pretty. I might have to throw it in my 3 uses. I wasn't going to keep it. But on my hand it looks pretty. But see, there's no pigment there. I'm going to think about it. Maybe I'll put it in my 3 uses, so I won't get rid of it yet. Okay, next up was this Milk Makeup Color Chalk in the shade Hopscotch. This is just basically a nice shimmery highlighter. Nothing wrong with it. You know, the way it is presented, like the component is a little awkward. It's different, but the product itself is nice, so I'm going to keep it. Next we have this Tarte Breezy Cream Blush in the shade Peach Sunset. I loved it. I loved the way it looked on me. I always like peach blushes. Too Faced is messing with my stuff. But yeah, I really like peach blushes, and I will be happy to keep using this one. And last up was my little Natasha Denona Blush Glow Duo. So I cannot read what the shades are in here because it's like, the font is like ant-sized, but it's really pretty. Normally I don't go for colors like this that are like a light pink, but it is shimmery for the blush, and it gave me a very nice glow. The highlighter as well, I enjoyed them both. Surprise, surprise, Natasha Denona kind of knows what she's doing. So I will be keeping this and rotating it in with my face products a little more often. Okay, that being said, we used all the items for this month, so this is empty and we are going to refill it. So first product I want to use this month is this Tarte The Lip Architect. It's a lipstick and liner duo, and the shade is Romantic, which looks really pink up top. Let's swatch it and see. It looks really pretty, like cute packaging. I almost put this in my February giveaway, and then I was like, no, I want it. I want to try it. So it's kind of pinkish for me, but I really do want to try it. Let's see, are they the same exact color? Here's the liner end. The liner is more matte. Maybe a touch deeper. It's hard to tell though, but yeah, liner's matte and the lipstick itself has a sheen to it. Very pretty, nice, very nice tint, so I will be happy to use that. Next up, I have this little eyeshadow duo from M2U NYC. This is Park Slope. It's just a brown matte and a burgundy shimmer, like light burgundy. Is that a thing? I don't know. I got this in Ipsy, and this brand is very low priced. They say they cut out the middleman to make it cheaper for you. So I don't know what the quality is like. I honestly don't, and I would like to find out. So there we go. Next up is another OMFG product. Yeah, I bought one of their mystery boxes. And there were 2 eyeshadow primers in there. So one you may know is in my Happy Hour Project pan. It's this caramel one. This one is Red Velvet, and when I turn this upside down, it doesn't move. So I am not sure. It might be dried out. That's why I'm putting it in here, just to see, is it okay? Now, is it a color I'm actually going to use? Not really. I don't really do red looks. So really, I just want to know if this is dried out or not, basically. Next up is this Rose Ink Lip and Cheek color. This is the shade Heliotrope. So this is a cream blush slash lip color. I swatched it when I got it in a Sephora Favorites box, and it swatched kind of patchy. So I just want to know if it is, if that was just because I didn't try very hard. So I'll try harder this time, and if I keep it, then maybe it'll move into the 3 uses. We'll have to see, but it looks pretty, right? So I really wanted it to work well, and I hope it will. Next up, oh my gosh, this thing, I keep putting this into my giveaway box or try to sell box, and then I'm like, oh, but it's cute, and it's Ciate London. I think you guys know my feelings on this brand. It's not the best. It's really not. They have cute stuff, but it always seems kind of cheap. But look at the packaging, for one thing. Super cute ombre, red to silver metal. And the shade, why am I going to try this? What's wrong with me? It's red. Have y'all heard me complain about reds recently? So this is I would call this a tomato red. We're going to try it. The shade is Rocket. We're going to try it because I just have not managed to get it out of here. So I keep waffling on it, and I need to decide, is it worth keeping around? Okay, next up is a Melt Liquid Lip. This is the shade X. It looks like it's a very light neutral, kind of nudie pink. I'm seeing some oil on here. I think I swatched this when I got it in a mystery box and then never touched it again. So I want to know, since I'm seeing the oil, is this separated? Is it expired? And again, if it is, it goes. Okay, so here is another one for you. This is the Winky Lux Strobing Balm Cream Highlighter. Y'all know I love to collect Winky Lux, but I haven't used much of it. So I decided I just need to try it out. I love collecting them. I do. But do I need to keep collecting them if I'm never going to use them? This one is Radiant Pink. It's not all that pinkish to me. It's more beige. But I like pink highlighters, so I do want to try it and see what the formula is like. This is such a cute little compact. A lot of times I don't use these because I want to keep the packaging too, and I only keep packaging when I haven't used the product. Weird collector's issues, but I'm going to try to use this one. I'm going to try. Next is a little eyeshadow single. This is from Sephora. This was from one of the holiday collections, one of the Sephora favorites from the holiday. This is My Dear Nude, number 282. Very light, kind of like a, what is the shade? Why can't I think of it right now? It's not tawny. Taupe. That's the one. That's what it is. So I do want to try it, see what the quality is like. I don't think I've ever actually used Sephora eyeshadows. I know I've used Ulta eyeshadows, which aren't great quality. But yeah, I just want to see what it's like. So there we go. Next up is this About Face, what is it? A matte paint fluid eye paint, and this is the shade Dionysus. I like Dionysus because, you know, alcohol. Isn't he one of the gods of wine? I think he is. I think he's a demigod, like Bacchus. I don't know. Anyway, I have never tried any of these yet. I have another one as well that I have not opened. This one I think I swatched, but I hear really good things about these liquid eye paints from About Face, so I do want to try this out. Yeah, it's not really my color, but let's just see what the formula is like. Okay, last up is this Zoeva Cocoa Blend Voyager 6-pan palette. This guy has been sitting around for at least a year and a half. There was a trio that came in a little like box together, and I'm pretty sure I've only used one of them so far. So pretty boring color story, but nice for travel. So I will give it a try and see, is it worth putting into my kind of travel kit stuff that I use over and over when I'm on trips. That's it. So those are my 10 new products. I'm happy we got through the 10 from last month. Let me know what you think of this project. Do you think it's silly? I don't, because sometimes it takes a lot of like mental fortuity for me personally to like use an item so it's no longer perfect. You know, I love my beautiful, perfect imprinted items, or like fresh, clean eyeshadows that haven't been touched. So yeah, it does take strength for me sometimes to push myself to use things. So wish me luck this month, especially because I'm going to be traveling. As of today, when you're watching this, I will be on my way out of the country. So I don't know how much time I will have to work on these, but hopefully when I get home, I can get through them. Anyway, if you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and leave me some comments down below what you think of these items. Do you have the same problem? Do you struggle with like buying stuff and then putting it away and never using it just because it's too pretty? Because I do. Anyway, if you would like updates on this project and would like to follow along with my panning journey, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and that way I can see you in my next video as well. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.